Military students get some of their strongest leadership experiences on campus, fallen from a second-floor balcony that eventually led to his death. Tornado was within just a few feet of potentially killing. From text messaging to sex messaging, has a shot at victory. A rich history for the past 30 years. Now, with me today, we actually have the Dean of Student Life. Several customers have placed their complaints on the door. Disaster services area here in Manhattan. Alternative energy program today. Others say it's all in the bag. You'll see that the water has risen actually to tire level of these vehicles as the candidates make their final push. Piles of trash line the streets of Manhattan, and many neighbors say Aerotrash Service is to blame. The company is almost a month behind in garbage pickup, leaving 2,500 customers in a stinky situation. Jodi Ruskievicz is knee-deep in diapers with her 4 children and her husband in Iraq.
It's hard for me to load up my trash and take it to the dump and be charged to just throw the trash away that's already been I've already paid someone to provide that service.
Here we are at the office of Aerotrash Service. Now, if you look closely here, you'll see that several customers have placed their complaints on the door, asking for cancellation of service or at least some type of explanation to why they aren't getting their trash pickups for over 3 weeks. Now, we've tried to get those answers by knocking on the door and by giving them a phone call. But it seems no matter how many phone calls we make, one message is definitely clear.
Memory full.
We went to City Hall to get answers, but out of 8 people, nobody had any to give us. City Clerk Gary Fees walked away from us when we approached him. The only thing Fees would say is the city cannot charge Aerotrash because it is privately owned, and the trash will continue to pile up.
Blowing in up the street from other neighbors' yards. And it's disgusting. You don't know where it's come from. It's nasty.
Ruskievicz already changed her trash service, but she still remains optimistic.
And every time I hear a trash truck, it's not them, and it's very frustrating.
In Manhattan, Annette Lawless, KTKA 49 ABC News. Well, Marciana, we're here at Miller Ranch, and that's where hundreds have been displaced due to the tornado, and it's actually quite similar to another community. We have a story you'll only see here on 49 News. A tornado was within just a few feet of potentially killing hundreds of students. And I have the story of one student and the one special thing she held extra close to her.
And we felt the vibrations of the tornado, like it was as it was going around us. It was really scary. It did a lot of damage. There's trees down everywhere.
Ashley Chapman was about 30 feet from a tornado that struck Flint Hills Job Corps, where she lives with her daughter Ashlyn. She holds Ashlyn close today, hoping they'll never relive this experience again.
Whenever you're younger, you depend on your parents for shelter and stuff to keep, for a sense of safety. And whenever you are a mother yourself, you have to stay calm for them because you can't, they depend on you for your safety. I was in a tornado when I was little, I had my mom, and this is probably the first one I've been in that really affected us.
And it affected nearly 250 other students at the Job Corps Center. The tornado destroyed a building on this foundation just 30 feet from the main housing unit on campus. The Job Center is down with heavy roof tiles scattered on the streets. Job Corps Director Steve Reitan says students have been sent away from this community for an early summer break, so cleanup crews have come in to restore what's damaged.
I think the challenge is to keep people's spirits going and appreciating what we do have and trying to always move forward.
From reinstalling power lines to sweeping up debris, Reitan estimates $500,000 in damage after last week's hailstorm. He expects twice that with the tornado. As for Ashley, the storm didn't dent her wallet, but she did learn one lesson.
The next day and seeing everything that happened, things could always be worse. You have to appreciate what you have when you have it.
The Job Corps Center expects to have things up and running in just about a month. That's when students will return from their summer vacation. We're live here in Manhattan. Annette Lawless, KTKA 49 ABC News. Police officers and yellow tape blocked this staircase at Jardin Apartment Complex in Manhattan. A K-State student fell 15 feet from this balcony to the ground. hurting himself so bad he later died. Neighbors say the evening started off with a party that went too far.
I mean, if you're messing around on a balcony trying to climb over it, it's kind of reckless behavior.
And this is where K-State police reported to early this morning when a freshman student had fallen from a second-floor balcony that eventually led to his death. Police spent several hours investigating the scene throughout the day, dusting for fingerprints or anything that would give a clue to why the young man died.
I guess it's pretty absurd, but I guess things happen like that. It's just a coincidence that it happened near me.
It's certainly very tragic, and I think probably all of us, would feel for the person's families and friends, and it's really tragic and sad.
The cause of death is being investigated by the K-State Police Department. In Manhattan, Annette Lawless, KTKA 49 ABC News.
We were fixing something just to get it out of the way.
Angela Martin is unloading her drawers and packing up. Martin found these signs at the entrance of her trailer park. The city might rezone the area, and she might lose her home.
They don't want us here, and I don't understand. We're not all bad people, but we cannot always afford what everybody else does, and it's heartbreaking.
Marie Graham, manager of one of the 2 trailer parks affected, says more than 300 trailer park residents could be displaced, pending a city commission vote.
I've been told that by city members. They're eyesores, but we're not trailer trash, and we keep up to code, and we do what the city expects of us.
A Texas developer wants to build townhomes on this property. Though some trailer park residents remain optimistic about this process, some say they are preparing to move into area homes. But with some homes averaging at $140,000 each, many say they can't afford this type of expense. It not just leaves them empty-handed, but also quite frustrated.
I own my trailer. It's paid. We've got all kinds of people in this court that don't have the high enough income to support rent around here.
Martin plans to pack up her husband, 4 kids, and pets. It can cost up to $6,000 to move, but with the city phasing out area trailer parks over the years, she just wants a place to call home. In Junction City, Annette Lawless, KTKA 49 ABC News. Whether at school,
raise your hand,
or at home, talking to kids can be, well, tough.
I gained 20 pounds the first few months because a baby would cry and I'd eat a bag of potato chips.
As 7 toddlers run around, Donna Miley is one daycare provider with her hands full. Sometimes it seems like you have to be in the TV just to get your child to listen. But one researcher says things can change, actually improve, if you just slow down your speech.
Children have difficulty comprehending what is being said.
Audiologist Dr. Raymond Hull says most adults speak at 180 words per minute when they should speak at 120.
Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2. Can you roll it back?
Children can often miss important lessons.
Well, they look at you as though they understand completely. They don't want to say, I didn't understand a word that you just said. They don't want people to get angry with them.
Good communication starts with investing your time,
Get down on their level, make eye contact.
learning from the best examples.
Fred Rogers practiced speaking at a rate of about 124 words per minute, and children were mesmerized with him.
And practice.
Won't you be my neighbor?
So, to avoid the repeats, remember, slowing down can save frustration for you and your child. In Wichita, Annette Lawless, Fox, Kansas, Eyewitness News.